Welcome back to Magic Tarot Cards. It's Jasmine. I have a 9-card spread here. This is going to be for the soldier, female soldier, Vanessa Guillen. I believe her last name is pronounced Guillen. That came up missing from Fort Hood, Texas military base. Someone asked me, I've had several people ask me to do this. I just haven't had time, but I decided I was going to do this today. The only thing I know is that she came up missing. Okay, so I asked the cards, where is she? What happened? And did anyone do anything to her? If she's alive or dead. I did not get an answer for alive or dead yet. I feel like I have to do more cards for that. But I shuffled as much as I could. I meditated on this and I got a horrible feeling like I wanted to cry. Like a lot of crying came to me. I had tears in my eyes as I was meditating. I felt a lot of misery and a lot of crying. Okay, so let's get to the reading. First, we have the Seven of Wands. So I literally feel like this is her. I feel like this is her fighting. Okay, I feel like she was feeling at that Fort Hood place that she was fighting. She had many enemies and she was defending herself. This is the card of literally defending yourself against other people that feel like an enemy. Okay, but you see how she is standing above the people below. They're striking at her and she's striking back, but there was too many. So this is a group of people I feel like harmed her or did away with her or whatever we're going to get to that in a minute because I feel like I already know what happened to her. She was defending herself due to harassment. I feel like she was being harassed or sexually harassed in some type of way. She was a very beautiful young woman. So I do feel like there was one person there that had his eyes on her. And then there was a group of people that would harass her on a daily basis. And she was constantly having to defend herself. I feel like she felt like it was a lot of stiff competition there because she was a female. And everything to her there felt like an enemy. She did not feel right there. She did not feel welcome there. She did not feel like she had a good place there or that she was safe. From the moment she got there to the moment she disappeared, she did not feel like she had a safe place there. There was a lot of pressure on her from different men that were there. They would pressure her a lot, and not in a way of pertaining to work, but just like throwing out cheap shots at her, saying things that weren't appropriate. It was constant, and she was constantly defending herself. I think they would also make cheap shots at her as far as being a woman, being a soldier woman, how she wasn't strong enough to, do that type of work. She had that type of harassment as well. And it was getting to the point to where she felt like she had to defend herself all the time. Okay, that's what this card represents. Okay, so now here is again the same energy. This is scattered energy. Everyone fighting amongst each other. This is the Five of Wands. As the wands wave around, this is everyone fighting each other for the same thing. She felt like the energy was scattered. She went and reported of hearing sexual harassment after there was an incident. I'm hearing there was some type of incident where somebody saw her or did something like that. She went and reported that. Plus, she reported everything else that had happened to her. But there's a group of people there that are higher ups that cover up a lot of stuff. I'm hearing a lot of people that have come missing from Fort Hood is because they had reported in the previous past of things they've reported and then they were done away with. They were either taken underground or taken, I'm hearing underground or somewhere, taken away somewhere and put away. I'm hearing put away and then later disposed of. And a lot of these soldiers, male and female, that come up missing, it's because of these group of higher ups that do that. They take care of people that way to save their own names. You know, anytime someone complains, they get together, they get rid of them. I'm hearing there's at least 5 people. There's at least 5 people, 5 or 6 people that are involved in this, and they've been doing it for a very long time. And that's how they do away with people that complain, soldiers that complain. Y'all, I might have to do this in 2 parts because there's a lot of cards here. Let's move through this quickly. Okay, this is scattered energy fighting. So she went to report, and then it blew up. It blew up because they were fighting against her, telling her she was wrong, and it just turned into a huge argument. She had a huge argument with them, or with one of them, which led to all the other ones arguing with her. So here is the Judgment card. This is the Awakening card. The Aha card is what it's called. I feel like she had a huge awakening to what was the situation, to what was going on. She knew at that point that she no longer could be there, that she had to leave because she no longer felt safe. I do feel like they threatened her. They threatened her and told her that not only they would hurt her, but they would also hurt her family. They would hurt her family and do away with her family if she told anybody else. So she was awakened to that. She was awakened to that energy and to knowing that, you know, something bad would happen to her or to her family. And it made her feel imprisoned, like she wanted to, she couldn't move no way. She was restricted. She couldn't move no way or the other, because here we have the 8 of swords in the upright. So this is how she literally felt. Her hands are tied. She's blindfolded, and all these swords around her represent prison. She felt imprisoned by this situation in her mind and in her body and soul. She felt like there was no way out, no escape. This literally also could mean that they have her locked up somewhere. But right now I'm feeling that it means that this was her energy at the time after this fighting and reporting of the stuff that she reported. And she became aware of the situation, aware of what they were doing, aware of how they were going to dispose of her or her family if she told. So she felt imprisoned, like she couldn't move. She felt stuck, imprisoned, stuck, like she couldn't move one way or the other. So again, yeah. So here we have the Knight of Wands. In the upright, it means, do you all know that this is the card of the player, right? This is the card of the player. But in the reverse, it means something different. Now, this is the person I feel represents that sexually harassed her when it's an upright position. I feel like this is the person that's harassed her and was doing all these things to her. There was one main one that was constantly doing it. He's an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And he was constantly harassing her, just making her life hard there, okay? But now it's in the reverse, so I feel like now that everything's been exposed, I feel like his journey is going to be postponed. That now he knows that he's in trouble and he had to cover things up. So when the family complained, I'm hearing that the family complained. It took them a while to come up with an answer, because he had to get together with all these people here that were involved, and they had to get their story straight, okay? And they planned to do something with her. So right now it shows that his journey of what he was going to do to her is postponed, and they didn't deliver information correctly. They lied. This card is also the card of delivering lies. They didn't give the family correct information. They covered up a lot of stuff, mainly this main character. There's a lot of conflict here because of he suddenly got slapped with all these questions from the lawyer and attorneys or whoever's involved, the family. So his journey was postponed as far as harassing her and carrying out his plan. It got postponed because he had to get with these other members that are involved with him doing all this stuff and get the story straight. So it took them a while to answer the family and, you know, to give them some kind of answer because of that. Okay, so now, you know, since the family has complained, I am hearing the family has complained, and the mother is extremely, extremely angry. I'm hearing anger. I'm feeling her anger. She can't even breathe. She can't breathe because of her child is missing. It's killing her. I'm feeling a lot of anger right now. She's so angry and she wants justice. She wants things done. And I feel like there's going to be a huge movement in the military because of this. There are going to be people that are not going to enlist, and that's already happening with the black community because of the riots. They're not going to enlist, and now with the Hispanic community, it's going to be even worse. So who's going to be left to defend our country? Nobody, because of the stuff that police keep doing, the military keeps doing, and it's going to cause people to not want to fight for our country. So what's going to be left? And it's not their fault. I don't blame them. I wouldn't enlist either. But I'm feeling a lot of anxiety from the mother. She is in a terrible anxiety, terrible distress because she wants her child found. Okay, she wants the truth to come out, and the truth is coming. The truth is coming because the moon in the reverse represents truth. This represents truth is coming. What was hidden is going to come to the light. Okay, it's going to take some time, but what was hidden is going to come to the light. There's someone there that knows everything, and they're going to break, they're going to give in, and they're going to tell the majority of it. I feel like they've already told some of it. Tank, get in your bed. I feel like they've already told some of it, and they've been afraid because they've been threatened also, but they're going to go ahead and finish telling the rest. There's a man, it's a man, he knows everything, and he's going to tell more. He's going to say what happened. He's going to tell them exactly what happened. I do feel like she was taken away and put somewhere. I asked the cards if she is dead or alive. It did not give me an answer. I feel like I have to keep shuffling and do a part 2 in order to get that answer. But with this moon in the reverse, this is the truth coming out. This is no longer lies being told. This is not making rash decisions. This is the truth. So I do feel like the truth is coming. And it's going to be dug out. Like it's the attorney and all the people and everybody is going to be dug out. They're going to dig it out and get the truth. I hear good information coming. I hear communication coming. I hear clarity in the situation. It's going to take some time. It's not going to happen overnight, but the truth is coming. Okay, now next we have the Four of Swords in the reverse. I feel like this is Vanessa herself. At first she was like this. This is a soldier that's tired. Okay, she was tired of the harassment. She was tired of what was going on. She just could not take it anymore. So she decided to fight back. Okay, so this is when it's in the upright. This is a soldier that just can't fight anymore, so they lay down and take a break. But in the reverse, it means that you are ready to fight again. You're rested and you're back up on your feet and you're ready to fight this battle again. So this is what I feel like she did. I feel like she asked for a transfer. She asked for a transfer, but she already had told people that she was being harassed, so they did away with the records of her being transferred, and they did not want her to transfer. They wanted to do away with her because then they knew that the truth would come out. So they did not put in for her transfer because they knew that things would blow up in their faces if she transferred someplace else. So they did away with those requests. She wanted to transfer and leave. Here is the card, Five of Pentacles represents leaving. Leaving because things are not going well. Things are going bad. You have to get away. This is how she was. She wanted to get away from that place. She wasn't planning on quitting or anything like that, but I do hear that she had put in a transfer to go to another army base, and they did not approve her. They did away with that information. There's no record of it to be found because they did away with it, because they did away with her. Okay, so her there is one other scenario here, and that's that she went AWOL to get away from all this, but I kind of don't feel like she would put her mother through this distress because she and her mother were very close in her family. Hispanic people are very tight-knit people. Very, very tight-knit people. They stick together. They're a quiet people, but when they get angry, you're going to hear from them. Okay, they're not, the Hispanic people aren't the type that cause like a lot of rioting and troubles like that, but they do stick together, and their clan is really tight knit, and they do speak up when it's time. And I do feel like that time has come. It has arrived, and they are speaking out now to find the truth, and the truth is coming. The truth is coming. It's here. So in the last card, the Chariot, this is her journey did not prove successful. In the upright, this is the Chariot that proved successful. Your journey, this is the card of travel. Journey proved successful. I do feel like she was going to go AWOL. Now I'm getting that I do feel like when they told her no, she could not transfer, I feel like she was going to go AWOL and just run away. But someone caught her. Someone caught her and they either took her. Okay, two scenarios, y'all. So don't get in the comments and say, oh, she didn't go AWOL, she appeared and blah, blah, blah. Okay, yeah, I'm telling you right now, she could possibly reappear. Okay, because of this card here. She could possibly reappear. I do not have a death card. I asked many times, is she dead? I did not get a death card, so she could possibly be alive. But her journey and her plan to leave did not prove successful. Did not prove successful. It was stopped. It was stopped and dead cold stopped. Okay, I feel like she was called out so they can entrap her. They entrapped her somewhere. She was called out to either come here or there, and they entrapped her that way and took her. Where is she at? That I don't know yet, because I'm going to do another second part to this, because this is going to require a whole lot of cards, y'all. This is another scenario, kind of like the Tyler Lee and Joshua Vallow one, where you're kind of unsure. The cards are leading me that way. I got to do more. I don't have that much space on my phone. That's why I have to do this in 2 parts. But her journey ended right here. I do feel like they have her someplace, maybe underground. Yeah, maybe underground. And if they did do away with her, the death card will pop up in the next reading. But I do feel like the truth is coming because of that one person. There's one person that's going to tell the truth and put his whole life at risk because he wants the truth to be known. And he's a higher up there at the base. All right, y'all. And I'm going to say this, ladies. Don't ever take any type of sexual harassment. You don't have to put up with that. It doesn't matter if it's from a co-worker or a friend or a relative or a family member or school or military. No woman should ever have to put up with sexual harassment, ever. Ever. You tell somebody. That happened to me. I'm going to say this real quick because I don't have a lot of time. I was raped when I was 17 years old. I was coming from a friend's apartment. It was 11 o'clock at night. I was 17. Tank, no. I had my own car, and there was a man outside standing by my car. Hold on. Tank! Sorry, my dog is going wild. And he pulled me by the arm, and he dragged me to his apartment, and I fought as hard as I could, and I couldn't get away. I couldn't loosen his grip, and he dragged me, and I was fighting as hard as I could, kicking, scratching, screaming, but nobody could hear me. And he dragged me into his apartment, all the way into the bedroom, and he knocked me down on the bed. But the whole time there was a man sitting in the living room, and he never once tried to help me. He was watching TV. He never moved. He never looked at me. Well, anyway, to make long story short, that man got on top of me, and he suffocated me with his hand. He put his hand over my mouth and my nose, and I was suffocating till I passed out. And I tried desperately to get his hand off my face, and I couldn't. I scratched up my face, I remember, from trying to get his hand off of mine, and I passed out because I couldn't breathe. And then when I woke up, he was gone, and I was naked in the bed, so obviously he had raped me. Well, I quickly got up and put on my clothes, and I ran out. And that man that was in the living room, he was still there, and he was still watching TV, and not once did he help me or get up or do anything. Okay, that's just the short version of it. I never told a soul. Never. I didn't tell my mother, my family, or anyone. I kept it to myself. All these years I kept it to myself, and I never told a soul because I was ashamed. So don't be ashamed if you're being sexually harassed, people. Don't be ashamed. Tell somebody. Well, to make a long story short, this man died last year. I saw him on Facebook, and he died of prostate cancer. Prostate cancer, which is good for him. You reap what you sow. And I was finally saying, thank God, something happened to him. Not that, I wish anything bad on anybody, but I feel like he did that to many, many people. But yeah, I was raped at the age of 17, and I never told anyone because I was ashamed, and I shouldn't have done that. I should have told somebody, but no one ever knew about it. I kept it to myself because of shame. So don't do that. Do not. If anyone harasses you, speak up. Speak up and say something. You should not have to put up with that kind of type of stuff if you're a woman or a man. It doesn't matter what gender you are. You do not deserve that kind of treatment. Okay, y'all, I have to go. I'm going to do a part 2 on this because there's so much more I have to tell you that the spirits are telling me, but I'm running out of time. So I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.